Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of F1 2013 career mode here on the channel. Today we are headed to the Belgian Grand Prix where we have a four-way title battle on the way with Sebastian Vettel at the top of the board, 4 points ahead of my teammate of Hamilton, 6 points Hamilton is ahead of me, and then I have 7 points over Fernando Alonso. Four of us with less than 10 Grand Prix remaining now going into Belgium. Very excited for this one. Let's get it underway. All right, we're ready to roll for qualifying now as we head down towards turn number 1. Going to break just past the 100, which actually still might have been a little bit too early. Sebastian Vettel currently in front of us here. Now we'll get on that curve deployment. Try to be a little bit cautious on that deployment until we get up through Eau Rouge and Raidillon and head down that long straightaway. We've already given up some time, surprisingly, a bit more than I expected. A Ferrari to the top. Now I'm going to use about 3/4 of that battery here as we head down the straightaway and then save it for the final stretch on the back half of the circuit here as we head down towards the braking zone, down to about 3rd gear, just like F1 23, and then roll through the left and right-hander. We have gained some time on now current pole sitter of Fernando Alonso. Will go down to 2nd and try to not do that. I have locked up and I once again have forgotten to put the brakes to the rear, so that's definitely going to play a role here now. So we are not having a great qualifying lap. We had our best qualifying attempt ever in the last episode in Hungary. Certainly not going to see that here today. Now as we go through the long sweeping left-hander, one of the more unique corners on the calendar, we get through there pretty well, but you can see we are lacking some time. Here we go then down into the final chicane now. Going to brake pretty aggressive into this corner and just kind of chuck the car in there. Now over the curbs, a really rough apex now. We're going to head down the front stretch. It's not going to be a good time. Definitely outside of the top 10. 11th, honestly, not as bad as I thought it would be. I think they just said that's where they predicted me to be, which is kind of offending to me. Alonso, Vettel, Massa in 3rd. Last time I feel like Massa was ahead of Lewis Hamilton. He took him out on the opening lap. So let's head to the grid and see if we get a repeat today. Hamilton there, ready to take off from 4th now as we are all the way down here in P11. Let's get ready to roll. We got Perez there just in front of us, Raikkonen, Grosjean on the left side. Now can Grosjean get down into turn 1 clean and spot? Let's find out here. We go, lights out. We are racing in the Belgian Grand Prix. A great launch for Perez actually. Now I'm going to go through like half of my battery already as we head down towards this first corner, and we're just going to play it safe here now. Let things kind of play out. Hamilton's off track all the way over on the left side. I think it's what back-to-back rough starts for Hamilton now. A lot of cars go wide and off circuit. We only gained 1 spot. I think it's the least we've ever gained through turn 1 on a start since we've started with the F1 2012 series. Now I'm going to get right on the back of Raikkonen, swing to the left side, put the brakes back down to the rear, look at the top line speed. I have gone for a more top line focused setup, and I think it's going to pay off right here. Hamilton is side by side with Jenson Button. They're going to lunge it down into the corner, get through there clean. Everybody nice and cautious here. Everyone's going to get through these opening moments of this first and opening lap without really any issue here now, as I'm going to try and put some pressure on Hulkenberg, who just voluntarily moves out of the way and says, hey, go down the inside. I'm not going to stop you. Hamilton from 4th to 6th. We go from now 11th to 7th. We've made more ground up on the parts where it's more difficult to pass on the opening lap. I have a huge run on the back of Lewis now at the end of this first lap. I mean, Hamilton's struggling in these opening moments. I'm going to lunge one, maybe even get Jenson Button in the process. I'm going to stick the nose up the inside, kind of say, hey, I wouldn't mind taking that spot from you, Jenson. He's going to hang on there. Just couldn't really quite pounce on the opportunity, but nonetheless, we take P6 away. Hamilton, not a good... Oh, all right. We have yet to see rain in the F1 2013 series. F1 2012, we only had it 1 time, and that was in the Chinese Grand Prix. And now it sounds like for the 2nd time in the yearly series, or game by year, whatever the heck you want to call it, we're going to get rain. So we're closing right up on the back of Button, but now it's going to be crucial to make up as much time. I just drove into the side of him because I'm stupid, but we got to make up as much time as we can here. Now Hamilton is flying down this straight line. I am pulling away from Hamilton without any issues, but I'm definitely struggling to close in on the cars ahead of us right now. We're just kind of chilling here. Weber's in 4th, and I think it's Massa, Vettel, then Alonso there at the top of the board. The cloud cover is coming in pretty quickly, so it's not going to be long. Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. We thankfully don't crash, but obviously do ourselves still 0 favors right there. But definitely going to expect some rain here within a couple of laps. Oh, here it is. The rain's here. So, lap 4 of 11, and the rain is hitting Now in F123, you know, I'm going to base it off that. I mean, at times in that game, I mean, it's like within a lap, you're headed into the pit lane because the track's already getting wet. Now in F1 2013, I really don't remember how it's going to go. So I think it's the first time ever. If I remember F1 2012 China, it was already raining. I could be completely wrong there, but that's how I remember it at least. So this is like the first time I think we dealt with a classic game and a transition from dry to wet. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to go. We are losing time to the car's head, and this is not helping. I am struggling a lot here to close in on Mark Webber and everybody else there up in the top 4. The rain is coming down. I feel like I should have pitted right there. I have a feeling I should have came right there, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how the lap goes. Pit stop window is open. Perfect case scenario, they all come in and they put on dries, and then I feel like we are in a perfect position to then win this Grand Prix. I don't know what was going on, but my car did not want to shift, and that's going to allow Hamilton to close right up on us and do that. Oh, dear God. Yeah, no, I'm trying not to. I swear, that was not intentional. Hamilton slips through. Honestly, it might be for the best. Maybe he's going to have a little bit more pace than me. I am struggling so hard. I think we should pit this lap and put on a set of inters. So we're at least going to have that prepared because this got to be... Oh, there we go. Oh, that's just me confirming it. Okay. I am starting to see spray come off the wheels, so it's got to be time for the inters. But let's see what everybody does. No matter what the situation is, we're coming in, we're putting intermediate tires on, and we're just going to hope for the best. Is Hamilton going to pit right here? I'm very curious to see what's about to happen. He's going to stay out. He's not the only one that stays out. But what is everybody else going to do on the tire situation? Because the conditions are obviously getting worse, but they're already gone. I mean, you can see just the pace is not there today in the Mercedes for whatever reason. We're going to come in, though, put the intermediate on, and let's see what kind of situation we find ourselves in. I can't tell, obviously, what tires anybody else is on, so we're just going to have to wing it here now as we're going to exit the pit lane, see if anybody's coming. Nobody. Clear track, so let's get on with it and see what the situation's going to be. There's no way. There's no way. It's time to switch over to the dry tire. Do you guys not see what's going on right here now? I mean, 1.2 seconds to gap to Hulkenberg, and he's closing. Oh, dear God. Have I made the wrong call here? I feel like we might lose time right now, but overall, this is going to be a huge time saver. What if the rain just doesn't come down enough, though? There's some concerns here. Look at this. I mean, Hulkenberg's running me down. Tires are pretty hot on the fronts. I really hope we didn't just screw up, and when I say we, obviously, I'm the one that made the call for this. This wasn't a team kind of deal, and Hulkenberg is all over the back. Oh! We got a car off. We got a car off. That's Force India. That does not look like an incident, though. That looks more mechanical to me, so not cars struggling in these conditions. Oh, this is really getting interesting here. I'm hoping the rain starts to really chuck it down in the next lap or two. It looks like the tires are starting to kind of get into a bit more optimal tire range, so I don't know. I really don't know how this is going to go as we go pretty deep into that penultimate corner through the chicane. Hamilton's currently out in front. He is really pushing this run long. I don't know what to think at this point on how everything's going to happen here. I am going to be a sitting duck right here. Oh, good heavens. What have we done? I'm going to pull in behind Hulkenberg, and here comes Jenson Button as well. I don't really like this current situation that we find ourselves in. I'm going to fight hard with these guys, of course, try and make their lives a bit more difficult here, and just hope that these conditions really, really quickly start to change, because we're also going to be grilling our tires here as, oh my goodness, way wide on the apex. I think we've hit the turnover point. I'm pretty sure we found it. Everybody's into the pits now, but they gained so much time. Not everybody, actually. Actually, maybe nobody at all, but there's clearly a significant change in the conditions in the last 30 seconds. But these guys are staying out. I think if they stay out another lap, I'm pretty happy with where we're at. But, I mean, it's got to be changing over at this point. Look at this. And they're telling me to still come in and pit for the dry tires. I don't know what's right anymore. I don't know what to believe. Okay, so DRS is disabled, so I'm so baffled by this one. I cannot believe these guys are staying out here. It's pretty obvious the inters are coming in now, though, because we have just gone past Nico Hulkenberg, and I bet you we're going to continue to pull away. Look at that. Yeah, we are definitely in the right situation, I think, at this point on tires. The next question is, there's only 4 laps to go. Are they going to come into the pits, or Are they deciding we're going to stay out and risk it? And could Hamilton pull off some kind of miracle here? He has to pit, right? But I guess if it's raining, that changes the tire rule as I go way wide. And he might not actually have to pit. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Look at the track. Look at how shiny it's gotten now. Oh, we are driving away. Now 2.2 seconds ahead of Hulkenberg. If it's not at the point now where they need to dive in for inters, then maybe they're going to... You got to stay out at this point, right? I mean, we might just be in perfect position no matter what the situation is, because now these inters have finally clicked. Yeah, we are in the perfect position here. But the question is there enough time? We're coming to 2 laps to go this time around. Can we actually get to the cars ahead of us? And specifically, our teammate of Lewis Hamilton. And if Hamilton wins this race, I will be just in shock. Because what a absolute masterful drive and strategy from him if he pulls this off. Hamilton's in. Hamilton is in now. I can see it on the track map. So Hamilton's going to give up the lead. He's the only one in it, looks like, right now. So let's see what the gap is going to be. That's obviously going to be a telltale sign here. If we've got a shot, we're going to easily be ahead of Hamilton. We continue to close in on the cars ahead, but with 2 laps to go, I just don't think, realistically, there's enough time to get there. Hamilton's right here. He is right here. He's on the inters as well. Okay, so it's going to be game on. Look at the pace out of Lewis Hamilton. I just used all my battery here, just trying to have a nice advantage, but here he goes. I'm going to go a bit defensive. I don't want to fight you, Lewis. We got to focus on getting up to these guys in front of us. Now we're going to go wheel to wheel. He's going to stay. He's going to keep his nose on the left side. He's going to get us. Unbelievable scenes right there. Hamilton committed and sent it, and it worked to perfection. He put me under the pressure, and I just can't. I got no pace. Look at the insane pace that he has right now. He is long gone. Yeah, Hamilton said, see you later. I mean, I don't know how in the world. I know our tires are a bit worn, but not to a point where we should be losing that 2 seconds, in my opinion. He's gone. Said, see you later. We continue to close in. Not going to be enough time unless it really gets soaked here on this track to go do anything with anybody else, but Hamilton might be able to get up into the top 3, I think. But definitely fighting for the win is definitely not going to happen. I say Hamilton's not going to fight for the win. The leader's just now through turn 1 as the final lap starts. It might not be totally over. Let's see how Hamilton navigates the cars ahead. I am struggling everywhere. I just threw it down into neutral. But Hamilton needs to make extremely quick work of the cars ahead of him. And he's not doing that so far. There he goes to the left side. Oh my goodness, they're coming together and Hamilton's not able to complete the pass. So it's just being very difficult right now for Hamilton, who just can't seem to go forward, and that's going to make it so easy for whoever is leading this race to stay ahead on this final lap. And Hamilton, just from here, you can see he's trying to make a move up the inside again. Still not successful. They're just about wrecking each other up here. Oh my goodness, get me involved in this. That's Mark Webber. I am not waiting around, Mark. Thank you very much. Up the inside we go. We'll take the position. I drove in a little bit too deep, but we are able to keep the car planted on the apex now, and Hamilton's going to try and go and get that final spot on the podium. Hamilton's just kind of staying put. Oh, this is going to put him under attack from me. I'm not wasting any time. Obviously, we can't catch the leaders, so I'm going to really put the fight to Lewis if I get the opportunity. What an ending here in Spa. It didn't quite work out for both myself or Hamilton on strategy. We thought we might, if we had another lap, it would probably be a totally different story. I have no curves to deploy, so we're just kind of following Hamilton, closing on up here. I'm not going to make a move quite yet. Down through the left-hander just would not be smart, but Hamilton's probably going to size up a move right here. He's going to go right. I'm going to go left. I shouldn't have gone left. That was silly. I'm just going to actually tap the back of Hamilton's car. He's going for a move on Felipe Massa. We're just kind of stuck here waiting, and Massa drag racing against Hamilton. It's going to be Lewis, and I'm not going to get Massa. Oh, so close. Alonso picks up the win. He was furthest down in the title fight of the 4 drivers we mentioned at the start of the episode, and makes some big gains over Vettel, Hamilton, and myself. As you see the finishing order there on your screen, it's Alonso, Vettel, Hamilton, Massa, myself, Webber, and rounding out the top 10, Sergio Perez. What a race in these changeable conditions. Made it really, really interesting. Now let's see the championship. All right, so here's the standings after Belgium. Vettel with a 7-point lead over Hamilton, 10 points over Alonso, 18 points over myself. So still 4 of us very close to one another, with obviously Webber being 75 back, kind of in a zone, kind of zip code right now. But it's going to be really interesting in these final stretches of this season. That's going to wrap it up for me, though, here today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Have yourselves a great day.